Prophecology. It's more than a philosophy, more than a psychology, more than just an ecology, bigger than biology, larger than anthropology, brushes against astrology. That's Prophecology.
Well, praise the Lord. This is Master Prophet Bernard Jordan, your most trusted name in prophecy, and welcome to this podcast today. And how are you doing, Minister Powell?
I'm doing wonderful, Master Prophet. No room to complain. All is well.
How's the world of Powellology going these days? What's going on with Powell? I heard y'all owning the streets of Manhattan.
Well, Bishop, we are making our landing. I believe to be setting up shop there quite soon. If God has the way, you know, I just see it all happening. So I'm excited. New projects are happening. Looking forward to get back into the studio with you here next month.
Yes,
so some things are going to be happening.
Well, listen. Well, you know, I got to get in shape. My trainer just told me they want me to do the 300 crunch challenge. Every day. His legs done moved away from me. I don't know what that's all about.
I don't know why.
But you know why? Because she's trying to get me to look as great as this man coming up. Who do we have coming up today in today's podcast?
Today we have Mr. James Hunter Jr.
Now, you know, if anybody is fit, you know, he's like a brick.
Brick.
You push up against him, you like, this feels a little solid. There's no wiggle. There's
He feels like a security officer. Okay, you know, the Gestapo. When I see him, I think of the Gestapo.
Listen, it's like, you know, I hugged him there last time at the conference. It felt like I was just hugging a brick wall.
Concrete.
Yeah, I mean, just solid.
Like a rock.
Yeah, I mean, just like a rock. So we have James Hunter Jr. Tell us a little bit about James Hunter Jr. Don't read all of his bio.
There's so many things.
So much in his bio.
All right, watch this. He is a graduate from the Suncoast High. He is a graduate from the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga with a major in broadcasting and communications. That's back in 1983. Back to 87.
Well, you had to just put that in there.
My voice is changing.
Don't be trying to figure out his age.
I've already put it together. That 83. You know, when I see 83.
Why is that 83 so key to you?
Because that's my birthday.
You mean you were just getting started?
Right there. So I know how old I am.
He was going into college.
He was going in. That means he was fully aware of his world. Okay, he was a viable citizen. He could vote, and I was just coming into the world, floating in here. That's pretty amazing.
Okay.
He's also a pro basketball champ, playing with the Miami Heat, New Jersey Nets, and the Milwaukee Bucks. He's played in so many leagues, the USBL, WBL, the CBA, the FIBA. He's played in Norway, Iceland, Denmark, Copenhagen, Greece, Dominican Republic, San Juan, Puerto Rico, Milan, Italy. He was the #1 sales rep for Comcast. That's 2016, 2017, 18, 19. The #1 sales rep for direct sales. And he was the Teacher of the Year in 1994 at the John F. Kennedy Middle School. This is James Hunter Jr.
All right.
Teacher of the Year.
Teacher of the Year.
In 1994, I was about 11.
You know what?
That's when the year I got saved in 1994.
So you were not even old enough to be in his class
He was my teacher. He was my I had to grow up to get in his class.
You know, there's only one Minister Jonathan. There's only one Powellology. When you have the Prophecology experience. It is an experience. So, James Hunter, welcome to this podcast. I want to know what made you get into sports, James Hunter.
I felt like that's what I was supposed to do, Master Prophet. Since I was little, I just knew that was it. That was my avenue. That was my outlook.
Wow, you just knew that was your outlook in life. And
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
in junior high school, is that when you started getting very heavily involved in the sports?
Yeah, well, actually elementary.
Mm.
I used to sneak. I used to sneak over to the gym when I was like 9, and my mom would go to work, and I was like, okay, everybody good in the house, we good. And she leave, and like an hour later, Bishop, I sneak out. And I go to the gym
Wow, so you put a lot of
every day,
every day. So you,
every day.
wow. Then let me ask you something. How important is practice in any area of life or any work that one is going to do?
I mean, that's the only way you're gonna get confidence in something. You got to get repetitions about it. So, sports is excellent. I would recommend any kid or person, if you don't even take sports seriously, do sports though, just for because it's life, you know.
Wow. You know, you said something very powerful about repetition. Jonathan, what do you think about this whole concept of repetition and the importance of repetitions in a person's life?
Well, I think it is through these repetitions that we get into the art of a thing. We get into the practice, but then we start seeing the fine tuning aspects. It's where you move from just the general practitioner to the surgeon. Someone who has a specialty, excuse me, someone who has a specialty, and that's where the mastery comes in at.
Mm. And you know, when you begin to look at repetition, because I've seen that you played on many teams here. So let's look here. You were in the NBA camps. What was that like?
Um, that was great, man. That was a hell of an experience. You know, you just compete. You know, you think about middle school and high school, and it's time to go to the next level. Only a select few people go.
Wow.
So, and now you competing against most of the guys that you competed against. They were already on the team, so they were already kind of connected. The route I went, Master Prophet, I did a hard thing for me, because when you don't get drafted and stuff like that, you got to kind of you got to have a resume. They got to know that you can play. But for me, I kind of slid through the cracks, so to speak.
Wow. Now, when did you first go overseas?
My first overseas when I was in college, actually, but professionally for myself, 88.
88. Wow.
1988.
Wow. That was like 4 years before that. That was my first time going overseas. And what was the first country you went to?
Reykjavik, Iceland. I flew on a Concorde. That's the first time I got on a Concorde ever, in Orlando. So I drove from West Palm here to Orlando, and me and two other guys, guys from different states, they flew into Orlando, and we got on the Concorde, man. That was amazing for me. That's the first time I had the experience of getting on the plane as big as a house, pool tables, and I mean, it was crazy.
Pool table?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
This is in the 1980s. A pool
Yeah.
table up in the sky.
In the sky. That I would have loved to see. Wow.
Wow. And so you begin to find yourself playing all over the world.
Yeah. See, when you're a free agent, Master Prophet, you really don't know where you're going to go. For years, I never knew where I was going to land. My bags had to stay packed. So, every time it got to where every time they called me, they would call me the night before. Say we had camp and something came up and I was able to get in. Because they knew Hunter's going to be in shape. That's just how it is when you're a free agent. So you're on faith, man. You're just strictly on faith. You train, you run every day. You don't have a clue. You don't know. You just know. So you have to stay ready.
Okay, let's go to this question here. Tell us, What made you go into sales, and how did you become so good in the world of sales?
Meeting a lot of travel, Master Prophet, meet a lot of people. You communicate, you learn to communicate with a lot of people. So through travel, just talking to strangers for years from traveling, you just learn that art. And sales is just conversation.
Wow. So you love talking to people.
Yeah, because I'm a people's person. Yeah, I like the people watch. I like to sit back and just watch. And when I traveled, see, it was different. You had to pay attention, Master Prophet, because overseas at that time, there's only one American that could be on the team. See, now when you see the overseas things, you see 4 or 5 guys on the team. So you come to a country to play on the team, and you got an interpreter, but you're the only one that's American that speak English, maybe the interpreter. So you learn to really, really pay attention and listen.
So you really learn how to read people's body language.
Oh yes,
Listen
big time.
and listen to what
And
they're
that's why I
saying.
knew. Yeah, that's you have to, Master Prophet. You're sitting with people for months, for days, and you guys don't speak the same language. So you learn to do gestures and kind of like, okay, so you become real attentive, especially when it comes to your money, because American money was the most money. So you had to pay attention.
Wow. When you begin to think about this, the whole importance of communication, Jonathan, is that, when you go overseas, in America here, you might just use words. There, you are really looking at body language, wondering if do they understand what you're saying? So with you carrying that over into sales, what would you say are the 2 vital, let me say 3. What would be the 3 ingredients that makes a person a top or a number 1 salesperson from your book? If we begin to say, according to the Gospel of James Hunter, what is one of the 3 principles, according to the Gospel of James Hunter, that makes a number 1 salesperson?
I would say 1, lots of energy, very energetic.
That means you got to have you have to have that energy when you're talking to a customer.
Yeah, and a lot of times it's not even saying anything, just having a lot of energy, being very attentive, and give lots of compliments. Just being attentive, just let someone know that you saw that piece of hair that's on their shoulder.
And so so if the energy is not there, then the money is not going to appear.
Oh, if the energy is not there, it's a wrap. There is no money.
There's no money.
There is no money. Jonathan, what do you think about that? If the energy is not there, there is no money.
Isn't money energy? I mean, money is energy. So it makes total sense. If you have energy, you will have money.
You know what? And that is in one of my books that I have around here.
It is.
Is that energy is money. Money is energy.
Absolutely.
A matter of fact, money is energy that is looking for an outlet. And if you can get that energy wrapped up nicely in your package, you can get an outcome that can match the energy you just put out. Is that what you pretty much do when you teach salespeople or when you encourage salespeople or coach salespeople?
Oh yeah, definitely. That's first stuff first. When you speak, you gotta. They don't know what you don't know. So when you speak, you gotta be believable. You have to wear it.
How does a person start? Would you say is the routine that gets you up in the morning to get your energy up? Is there anything that you do as a routine or anything that you did to train yourself to begin to have high energy in order to be a high performer?
Oh, definitely. You got to start early, Master Prophet. I used to get up about 4 or 5 during that time, early.
Whoa. 4 or 5 in the morning to get, what are you doing at 4 o'clock in the morning, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning? 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. 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 4 or
Well, you got to get up early, Master Prophet. You want to start your day, stretch, get ready to get your run in, get your mind right. Some people do music. Some people like it quiet. Whatever routine that gets you going.
Wow. He starts his day off running.
Woo!
4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. What are you doing at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, Jonathan? John.
Rolling over to find the sweet spot in the bed.
And I hope it's
Wow.
just a spot because you're still single.
Oh my God, of course. Why would there be anyone in my bed? My bed? I flee fornication. Let's go back to Mr. Hunter, though. That's what we're talking. I don't want Mr. Hunter to be.
So, James Hunter, so you're working out at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. So you're getting your energy up, and then you get ready for your first customer. At that moment, you done had about 3 to 4 hours built in of getting your energy up in order to meet your day.
Oh, yeah. By the time I get to them, Master Prophet, I'm ready. I'm ready. But by the time I get to my customers, I'm on the downside.
How many cups of coffee would you have had at that time in order to get you up?
Probably 2, because I drink my coffee black. I don't do cream or nothing. I drink it straight black.
Ooh, that sounded like some Bustelo. Wait.
Man, that's some good stuff. I heard you talk about that. That's it. That's
You drink that black? You drink that straight black?
straight black. Once you go black, you won't go back.
You know what? You better get that out here.
Wow. Black Hawk.
Straight black. I'm gonna give you a straight black cup of coffee.
That's
too.
okay, Bishop. I will be. It's okay.
chaser.
You said no what?
No chaser. Straight black.
No chaser. That means you don't even put no sweetener in it?
No, Master Prophet. No sweetener.
Oh my
Who does that?
legs. Who does that? James Hunter by himself. Legs says James
alone.
Legs. Our Puerto Rican saint here that knows all about Bustelo. He says,
Oh, yeah.
James, he says, you're more Puerto Rican than he is. What had you start just drinking coffee just straight black? What country? You must have spent too much time in
I think
Italy.
it was like 2007.
2007. So what happened? Were you in Italy or something that they just had you drinking cappuccino?
No, look here. Master Prophet, I first tried it when I was in Oslo, Norway. Because, and during that time, the winter time, there's like 21 hours of darkness.
Uh-huh.
So when you got darkness over you all day, man, you need to feel like you're getting up. So that's when I first tried. And I was like, wow. And after that, I got hooked, Master Prophet. No sugar, no cream. Straight
Wow.
to the head.
No taste.
That sounds like almost like the best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
Yes. If I smell that early, oh man, it's on, Master Prophet.
You smell it early. So what brand of coffee is it that James Hunter like?
I like that Bustelo. I do Folgers. I like the Colombian blend though. I do Colombian.
Colombian blend. Legs. I think James Hunter is going to come school you on Hispanic coffee.
Oh yeah.
He does it all black. He don't even put no cream in it. He doesn't put no. He don't put no a little cup of carnation milk in it or nothing. No. I don't want James Hunter's coffee right now. I'm already having a problem going to sleep now. I'm already wired up. If I get
Be up on days. Like,
Yeah,
they'll
they'll be-
been up for 2 days.
this says the master probably been up for 2 days prophesying. Well, this is good. He's getting caught up, isn't he?
Keep coming.
I'm telling you, you'd be up all night.
My goodness. So you say energy, attentiveness. Tell us a little bit more about attentiveness. What-
I give you an example, Master Prophet. When I used to do direct sales, I used to knock on doors, and I go to people's house, and it's the evening time. They don't even know that someone's going to knock on their door. So you learn to pay attention and talk to people. So I would walk up and knock on the door and, I'm sorry, I can tell bad timing, but I like your car, or I like your plant. So like somebody got the green thumb. Just a compliment, and I got like 20 seconds in that, Prophet. 20 seconds
You
to
know
make
what?
this thing happen.
This man's been
So you
trained
learn
well.
to be real
Yes.
attentive, quick, fast, in a hurry.
Yeah, John. I like that purple sweater you got there. Somebody has a great eye for colors. What girl picked that out for you?
Her name is Jonathan.
Her name is Jonathan. It's strange. Same name as yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, great
that was.
taste.
Thanks.
You should.
I asked the Holy Spirit this morning what to put on, though.
You did?
Literally, I asked in the shower. I said, well, what do you want me to put on?
I can tell.
I actually did that.
So it was the Shekinah. I knew it was.
That's who she was. It was Shekinah.
It was Shekinah.
Shekinah.
I mean, that is really. So paying a compliment. Do you find that, but you probably will discover that they have to be genuine compliments.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's got to be something that you had to pay attention to in order to bring it up.
That's very good.
Very good.
What would your life be like if you paid a compliment, Jonathan, to everyone you met in your life during the day?
I think that's something to take on. Because just finding something worth complimenting and articulating it. There's always something, but taking that time to say that, it can really change just the course of just thankfulness and appreciation, and bringing that into a space is transformative.
Well, James Hunter motivates me with workout. Did you work out today, James Hunter? Watch this now.
Oh, yeah, this morning, definitely.
Of course.
Yeah, I was excited for the interview.
Oh, so he got up early this morning. 4 o'clock, excited about the interview. Worked out, and tell him let Jonathan know what kind of workout you did, because this may motivate him a little bit more as well as me.
Well, I got up early, got my coffee, put on my warm-up suit, and then I went to the beach, hit the sand.
He went to the beach. Listen, wait, hold on. He's not running on a track field or on just regular flat ground. He is running on a sand where you got to begin to.
Yeah,
you have to build that ankle's got to be steady.
Wow.
And does that sand help that core get tighter?
There you go. And that's the whole key right there. Yes, that's the key.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna work on that core. I'm gonna get working on that core. So you work out about what, 15 minutes a day?
Yeah, it probably, by the time I go down, I do a mile and a half, come back up.
A
It's
mile
maybe
and a half?
20, yeah, mile and a half, and then you come back, and then twice a week I do sprints after, like maybe 10 sprints of like a 5 of like 30 yards. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Wow.
Take like a 30 second, come back 1, 2, 3, 4. Do like 5 sets of those, and then you're out.
Wow. He
Then
gets.
you're out. Yeah.
Yeah, he's getting.
Then you're done.
See now what I do that Peloton bike every day. 30 minutes.
That's an intense workout too. That's intense.
Oh yeah, I'm hoping by the summer it pays off some nice returns.
Well,
it shows.
It does.
Y'all just
Yeah, it shows.
y'all are just being nice, but
No, I mean,
No, I
look
mean,
here.
you're a
Look
little.
here. You don't have to go. It shows.
You're a little larger than I, but I know if you keep working, at it, Bishop, I promise you can get down to my size.
I'm gonna have you try this jacket on as soon as this is over. I should have you try it on now.
I just had my salad.
Yes, salad. Well, James, I want to thank you. So what's on the before we close today? What is on the horizon next for you, James Hunter, that you're going to be working on?
I got a podcast I'm gonna get done 40 years up. It's called Hunter Talk.
Hunter Talk, and tell us what will Hunter Talk? What would that podcast look like?
Sport, and I would say / spirituality, the mind of sport.
The mind of sports.
How sports and meditating and how guys focus in, and how they use that every day.
So when you really look at life, life is like a game, isn't it?
Yeah, that's all it is, Master Prophet. That's all it is. So it teaches you how to lose and still be successful.
How to lose and still be successful.
That was good.
I mean, can you imagine how to lose, still be successful? Why don't you go ahead and unpack that for us? What does that look like in a life of a person? How to lose and be successful?
Okay, let's take golf. So you got 4 shots, right? So if you make it in 4, you're good. But if you make it in 3, it's a bonus. And if you make it in 2, it's a double bonus.
Wow.
But playing golf, you got to deal with the elements in real life. So you got the wind, the rain, the ups, the downs, the family situations, the job, the personal life. You got to deal with all that. And then sometimes instead of getting there in 4, you're going to get there in 6. So that means you took 2 losses, and then you got to come right back and act like you didn't have a loss. So in the end, it's an ebb and flow. Then you realize, like, wow, now with those losses, I know now I don't need to hit that ball because that wind is blowing. So why am I hitting the ball so high? Now I said, since the wind is blowing, I need to hit the shot a little lower. So you learn, and that's why I love golf. You learn how to win when you lose.
How to win. I like that. How, I'm writing that down. How to win when you lose. And I'm thinking about that because there's been times in my life that I took a stab at something and I learned how to win, even though what I took on was really a loss. Whether it might have been a project that I took on that was really a loss, but I turned it into a win. Yep. People that came into my life or something happened with an individual and I in a partnership, man, that was really a loss, but then I turned it into a win. A wardrobe malfunction. I was at an event and it was during a Halloween weekend in England. And I never forget, somehow I missed the memo that they says that evening everybody's going to be in Halloween costumes. And I said, oh my God, I says, I'm in here from New York. I don't have time to go out in the streets of London to find a Halloween. I says, I need a Halloween costume. And I was very much wanting to be a part, and I was like the only black guy there anyway. So he would know if I was missing. And I said, oh my goodness, I says, I'm losing this one. I says, how do I turn this loss into a win? And what I did, I looked at the bed sheet and I said, oh, today I will be Caesar. Pulled the sheet off and wrapped it and walked downstairs in a pair of sandals, my house slippers, and I had someone tie the knot there on the side and come down through the side. And so you can take a loss and turn it into a win. Is that right, James Hunter?
Oh, without a doubt. You spot on. You hit it right on the head. That's exactly what it does. Exactly.
Well, thank you so much. We're glad to have James Hunter, and listen up for his podcast, Hunter Talk. And Hunter Talks. And thank you again. And God bless you. And keep on keeping on and keep on doing the great work that you're doing.
Bless you, Master Prophet.
Bless you.
To keep in touch with Master Prophet E. Bernard Jordan, go to www.bishopjordan.com and follow him on all social media platforms. To get more information about the Prophecology Conference and or more special events, go to www.zoeministries.com or call 888-831-0434. Thank you and stay blessed.